What's up guys, it's Nico here, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about how I became a millionaire at age 26. This is going to be more just sharing my story, sharing kind of my background, and why I started my online business in the first place, kind of like the reasons and the motivations behind it, and then all the steps that I took throughout my entrepreneurial journey, and it has been quite a journey up until right now. Sound good? Alright guys, and if you like this video, if you find it inspiring, interesting, or if you learn anything, then definitely give it a like. Seriously, every single one means so much to me. I really, truly appreciate you being here and giving me a thumbs up on the content. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into it. So, I would say the first time that I kind of had any sort of aspirations towards, or inclinations toward entrepreneurship, towards like making money, becoming rich, becoming wealthy, started when I was in college. Okay, so it kind of happened, I guess, pretty late in the game. Like a lot of people say that, oh, like I started a business like, you know, when I was in high school and I started like selling lemonade or selling like whatever on the street. So for me, it kind of happened in college, and I actually remember it was because of a TV show that I started watching. It was called Revenge, and basically these people, it's just a family, well, a couple families of people who live in the Hamptons, and they have just like super nice stuff, like insane houses. I just really liked the show. I got hooked on the show. I don't know, that was really my first exposure to, or that was the first time that I really was like, you know what, I want a life like that. Like, that looks awesome to me, okay? So this was about halfway through my senior year in college that I discovered that show. And so that's kind of the time when you're getting ready to graduate. You're like, what am I gonna do with my life? Start like looking for a job. And I was a chemistry major in college, so I really didn't know. I started off as undeclared. For everyone who's maybe like in college or something like that, I started off as undeclared because I just had no clue what on earth I wanted to do. And then I decided to major in chemistry. For one semester I was chemical engineering, but just switched to chemistry because I really just liked chemistry, physics, and like math. For a while I was like very clueless on my career path. I was like, I have no idea what I'm gonna do. I just started like applying to a ton of jobs on like our online jobs portal. I graduated from USC, and there was one company called Oracle that I ended up getting a job offer at, or I got an interview at, as like a sales consultant. It's a tech company, a software company. And I was like, cool, that sounds cool. I'd be down with that. And so I did like a Skype interview for it. And just quick side note, like, you don't have to have a perfect, beautiful, like top-notch resume to become a millionaire, to become successful on your own, in your own right? Like, the way that companies and employers judge your resume is such a bad indicator of your success. Such a bad indicator. Like, if you looked at my resume, you'd be like, wow, this guy has no idea like what he wants to do. Which, yes, that was true. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And the whole time, out of applying to like probably 70 jobs, over 70 jobs, I got one interview, and I got the job. I very quickly realized that working at a 9-to-5 job was not for me. And by very quickly, I mean like the first Thursday, not even the first Friday. So 4 days in, I called my mom on the phone and I was like, dude, like I can't do this. Like I can't do this. I hate it so much. I can't. And so I still remember that day picking up the phone. She was so proud of me to get the job. My whole family was really proud of me to get that job. And I was proud of myself too, but yeah, I decided to stick it out for about a full year. So the whole time that I was in this job, it was a 9-to-5 desk job, super boring, really just hated it. Like I had to wear a suit and tie and like stiff shoes and drive to work every day. It took like 40 minutes in like Bay Area, San Francisco traffic. Actually sometimes even like probably like an hour each direction for a job that I hated. So I was just like, you know what? This is not the life that I wanted, you know? This is not the life for me. But I didn't really know what to do with my life, right? So kind of what I started to do, I just started to search stuff online. Like I started looking at Tim Ferriss, Robert Kiyosaki, Tony Robbins. Those are kind of the three names that come to me when I'm remembering like the first people in the entrepreneurial world that I started looking into. So Tim Ferriss especially, I read his book 4 Hour Work Week. A lot of you guys have probably heard of that. And I just started to realize, like, wow, you know, it's possible to make an income not from an employer. So to not work for a company, but to still, you know, create your own source of income, basically. And so my mind started opening. I started to believe that it was possible, and I started to see other examples of people who were doing it. And I tried like a bunch of different things, or I wouldn't even say tried, but I attempted to look into a bunch of different, you know, entrepreneurial ventures, such as creating like my own protein bar. That was a thing. I looked into actually hypnosis, which is something that I'm getting back into right now, but starting a hypnosis business. Publishing ebooks on Kindle. I was just kind of like playing around and seeing like, okay, like these are all the things that are possible for me, but I didn't know how to actually like make it work, right? And I think I was probably just scared and uncertain about my ability to actually make something work, and that's why it didn't work. Fast forward about a year, I had just had it with my job. Like I just could not take it. Every day just felt painful. At that point, I was big into reading Tim Ferriss's blog and listening to his podcast and seeing all these crazy stories of people who were making like thousands of dollars a month from an online business model. And I was like, okay, like if they're all doing it, like then I can do this too. Again, I still didn't really know how, but I knew that it was possible. And that's really the most important thing, or that was the most important thing. So what I ended up doing was I just quit the job. I didn't have any prospects. I quit the job. It was a very high paying job, yes. So I had some money saved up, and it was only me. I didn't have like a spouse or partner or kids or anything like that. Just me to take care of and some money saved up. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to quit. I'll figure it out somehow. So I took that leap of faith, I put in my notice, and I remember when I was walking out on the very last day, my boss straight up said to me, he's like, Nico, you'll never amount to anything, and you will regret this day. Like, looked me in the eye and told me that. And I was like, you're crazy, dude. Like, you're so crazy. I still kind of wasn't really sure what I was going to do in terms of entrepreneurship. So while I was at the other job, I had sent out, before I quit it, I had sent out some other job applications, and once I had quit, I actually heard back from one of the other jobs, and it was like a tech startup, and I ended up getting that job, and so I accepted the offer, and I was like, you know what, maybe it was the whole corporate thing, maybe it'll be fun, maybe I'll really like working at a tech startup, right? So I decided to work there, but what I realized, I was there for about 1.5 years, and at that point I realized, you know what, I really truly think that the company doesn't so much matter. That is literally the fact of reporting to a boss and being told exactly what to do and what not to do every day. That is just, I cannot do that. It's just not for me. It just felt so wrong. And I really wanted to be able to have the freedom to create my own path in life. So it was because of that I ended up Googling. I just started searching around like how to make money online. Straight up, typed that into Google. How to make money online. And I just found like a bunch of different stuff, a bunch of different ways. I actually took an online course. I bought an online course from someone who I had actually done a lot of research on. I was a little bit hesitant, being that it was like make money online. I was like, is this a scam? And like I searched this person's name, and I was like, is it a scam? Like, and I found all these reviews and all these testimonials from people saying like, no, it's really great and like it works and it really helped me. And so I ended up buying an online course from somebody while I was still working at that job. And it helped me make a little bit of money online. Like, it actually worked. It took a month or two to get started, but yeah, it actually got me results, and it showed me how to make my first dollar online, first, several hundred, and eventually almost $1,000 per month online with that. And so that was when it kind of clicked for me, and I was like, okay, this is real. Like, you actually can make money online. Granted, it wasn't a ton at that point, but it showed me that it was real and that I could actually do that. So yeah, I quit the job, moved to Japan actually, like straight up, moved to Japan, sold all my furniture, canceled my lease, left my car at my mom's house, and I was like, let's just do this. Let's go all in. So I actually I volunteered on a lettuce farm with a family. I'll put a picture up here. They were amazing. My host family, oh my God. Like I'm gonna go back to Japan in actually a couple months, and I'm going to get in contact with you guys again. So I cannot wait to see you again. And so at that point, I had broken free. I was officially free. I was like, I don't care what happens. I am never going back to a job again. Like, I'm going to make this work. Still didn't really know exactly how I was going to make it work, but I was having enough success to know that I could eventually make it work out, right? So while I was in Japan, there was another blogger who I was following, or just someone that I was following online. And at that point, I kind of started looking around at hiring like business coaches and hiring a business coach. And I eventually hired a business coach. I hired my first coach when I was making, pretty much nothing, less than $1,000 per month. And I paid for it. Like, I had to literally went into the red to pay for it. Like, I wasn't earning nearly enough money to pay for it, but I still did it. As far as the decision behind that, because being someone who does business coaching and who has offered business coaching in the past, I see this a lot in people who are applying to work with me. They're like, well, I can't afford it because I'm not making money. And I still remember, I get it. It's very scary because I remember going through that thought process and being like, yeah, technically, I can't afford it. For me, when I was in that situation, I was like, I've just been flopping around here for months trying to figure something out. And I don't know what the heck to do. So I'm just going to pay someone. I'm going to hire someone to just tell me what to do, because I don't know what to do. And that was literally why I invested into a coach the first time. And within the first 2 months, I made $7,000 from having a coach just tell me what to do. They're like, Nico, just do this, don't do this. And I was like, okay. And I just listened, and I made $7,000 within the first 2 months. And by 6 months in, I was doing making about $10,000 a month. Granted, not every single month, but I hit the 10K mark within 6 months. So that was really, really cool. And at that point, I was sold. I was like, okay, coaching or coaches really are the way to go, or at least learning from other people who have had success in the thing that you want to do. That is the way to do it. There's no point in trying to figure it out on your own, because you're just going to stay stuck, right? At that point, I was doing marketing services and marketing consulting, right? So I started off doing copywriting. I also did funnel building eventually, Facebook ads, and then just general online marketing consulting, okay? And so that's really the thing. I had, a lot of you guys who are watching right now at the time of this posting of this video, you probably know me for messenger bots, right? Or chat bots, messenger marketing. That's the thing that people know me for. But really at a higher level, it was more just always marketing consulting and marketing services. So fast forward about 4-ish years of being in the online marketing space, that was how I made the bulk of my money. It was really from doing marketing consulting. And the thing that makes marketing consulting, or really any sort of consulting or coaching, so cool and so powerful is anybody can do it, right? You don't necessarily have to have certifications. Now, this is not me saying that you can just be horrible at what you do and still get clients. No, it doesn't work that way. You need to have a skill, but I truly believe that we are all born with skills, born with unique talents and abilities that we can share with other people, whether it's via coaching or consulting. And if you're not quite sure what that is, you can always just learn a skill or pick up a skill. We have YouTube here, you can learn literally anything for free, right? So when I started off doing copywriting and marketing consulting and that, at the very first couple months, I learned it all for free, right? Yes, I had a business coach telling me the steps to do to get clients, but I was learning the stuff. I was learning copywriting and learning marketing just from reading blogs and watching videos, right? And I charged, not at the beginning, I didn't charge a ton, but I eventually started to sell packages for $5,000, $10,000, even $25,000 to $30,000. A couple months and then a couple years later for the higher ticket ones. And I even had the biggest deal so far was $300,000 contract. So it really is, you can make a lot of money doing marketing consulting. So that was kind of the first thing that I just had success with, consulting. You can do it from absolutely anywhere in the world. So if you're watching this video right now on YouTube, and you have an internet connection, like, you can do it, right? The cool thing about the internet and the way that the world works, like right now at this point in time, is you don't need to do consulting in person. In fact, I've only ever met one client in person ever. And I've had like literally like thousands of customers and clients, not all for consulting, some for my courses and whatnot, but I've literally only ever met one like consulting client in person. So you can absolutely do it from anywhere in the world. And the cool thing is you get to create your own schedule too. So that's another thing that I really, really love about it. And yeah, when you do coaching and consulting, I eventually started doing like coaching for like business coaching for online business owners or people who want to start an online business. And I think why it's so cool and why it's so powerful is you're able to just share your knowledge and your experiences and your gifts with other people in a way that the stuff that I have in my head, like just my own personal knowledge and experiences that to me just seem normal and regular and like blah, that can completely change people's lives. Like another person who is just maybe a couple years behind you and really wanting to get started and really wanting to learn, like you can completely transform their life just from becoming a coach or becoming a consultant and help them get to where you are, like where you are right now. And I think that's the coolest thing about coaching and marketing consulting. I've said that like 5 times, but that's really the coolest thing. Like you don't have to be anyone else or anywhere else than who you are right now and where you are right now. And you can make a dramatic impact on your clients' lives and on people's lives all around the world. So it's so powerful. And I'm so incredibly grateful. I've had several business coaches, but the very first business coach that I had, like, I can't even thank her enough, because she was the one that, being my first coach, she helped me have like a big breakthrough in realizing that it was possible for me, right? So it's such a gift to be able to learn from someone who's ahead of you and who is going to be helping you along step by step, okay? So to finish up the story, that was kind of the first main way. I've also created a couple like information products and courses, basically teaching people how to do what I do or what I have done in the past. And this is also very important, investing the money wisely, okay? Investing the money wisely, not just like blowing it all, okay? Like, yes, I have a cool car. I like this car. It's great. But I cannot stress the importance enough of investing your money wisely once you make it. But investing the money that I've been able to make with online marketing and with online business and all that, that is what really makes you wealthy and what has made already a very significant impact for me too, okay? So maybe someday I'll create a video on that sort of thing, but for right now, like, I truly do not feel qualified to give any sort of information or advice on investing. I have someone else who helps me do that, okay? So anyways, you guys, thanks so much for being here. It's been Nico Moreno, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, if you learned something, if this helped you, if this inspired you, or if this just like woke you up to a new way of thinking, then please give this video a like, give it a big thumbs up. I truly do appreciate every single one, and it helps me grow my channel. It helps me get my message out and create more awesome content for you guys. Be sure to do that. Also hit the subscribe button if you want to get more information from me, and please let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below, okay? I would love to hear from you guys, every single one of you. Please do leave a comment and I will personally reply to you, okay? So if you have any questions, if you have any thoughts, ideas, things that maybe you want to do something like this but you're scared, or maybe you're already doing this and you're having success, maybe this video lifted you up, or maybe this video opened your mind, anything, please do leave a comment down below, and I appreciate you being here. It's been Nico Moreno, and I'll see you guys next time.